it's a pleasure to be here after, you know, so many days, and after I've just celebrated my birthday as well on Tuesday. It was wonderful, and I want to say thank you to everybody that wished me happy birthday, texts, the calls, the messages, the posts on social media. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I am honored. I was so overwhelmed with all those messages, and like I said, I couldn't just respond, you know, to all the comments. I just didn't block. I just, you know, replied to the post instead of individually because I couldn't. I was overwhelmed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks to the Almighty God as well for adding another year to my age. And I wish to have many, many more years. Thank you. I appreciate the wishes. And back to business. We are here again. Today is November 20th, right? Today, November 20th. We have few more, 1 month, few days to go into 2026. 1 month, few days. You know what it means already, right? Today is November 20th. So how many more days remain for November to finish? I think 10 more days. And we will be saying goodbye to November, which is my birth month. And we'll be in December. And then you will be hearing the leaves better than, you start hearing all the Christmas carols again on the radios, everywhere. Season greetings. The time is coming for that. And we are glad. We appreciate God for giving us life to see those days, most of these days as well. I will always say, to see another day is a privilege. It's not your right. There were people who all went to bed last night. Some of them didn't wake up. It was not a wish to have, passed away. But that's how it is. You are not promised another day. You are not. It is by the grace of God. You are breathing. It's by the grace of God. I am sitting here talking to you. For to our viewers, OK TV, and those of you listening via radio, it is by the grace of God who can breathe to see another day. And so, for today's show, we have one of our regular counselors who's always here to educate us on legal matters. And they say, I always say this to you. I say, ignorance to the law is no exception. It's better you ask questions. It's better you seek information about issues, especially things that have to do with legal matters. One day I will narrate some of these things and I will, speak a little on, some of the things. Like, for example, when people go, the last time we talked about that here, the eviction thing, how people resist eviction order, court order, how people face, state security. These things not supposed to be happening. There's a way you can seek redress. Even the past eviction that took place in the red light, my own frustration was with, the police presence and then civilian brutalizing people in their custody already. That was my disappointment. These people had no right to resist eviction order. They had no right to do that. Nobody is above the law. But as state security, you can't be present and then you see the person is already in your custody. You see, you allow civilian to brutalize them. That was my disappointment with that whole invasion thing. And that why that was the main or the key thing I just pointed out, that why would state security be there and these people are maltreating these people? Anything you do to law enforcement officer as a civilian is between you and that person. It's between you and that person. And there are recourse to the law when it comes to that. All right? You do something, there are issues, or there are instances where, you can be brought to book. You can be brought to book. You stone or you assault law enforcement officials, there were punishment. But now the civilians should be fighting for the police. I've witnessed a lot of invasion. I've not seen that. Now where civilian and other people they were kind of in the midst of the police and start, beating people while the police there. That's a disrespect, in fact, to the police. That was my only dissatisfaction with that. And so Wasim just joined me. Wasim is my co-host. I don't know why he came late, but he will pay fine for that one. I don't know why he came late. I said the day I'm not here, Wasim will be here to host the show. That's why I've been saying. And so he's not supposed to be there. You will pay fine. Don't say that they win. Welcome anyway.
Yeah, good morning, Massa. It's good to be back again.
All right.
I had another engagement, so I just needed to rush.
Just know that Thursday you have engagement, and that's a regular engagement.
Of
so
course,
you have to know that.
The timing, it was scheduled for 9 o'clock, and then they just push it out there. It was not meant to reach.
Assume you are not here. Now, if we are going to host a show today. All right. So today we want to be discussing some things. There are some little things where we do in a community. Today, in fact, I wanted you to come here, but the way you came late now, you just be over there. The next time we come back here, you're going to be here. So there are some things that we do in a community to our neighbors. Simple things that we overlook. And there are some of them are prohibited. I mean, some of them you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do it. Some of them got consequences when you do them. And today I've been reaching out to Councillor Yofi for a long time. He's the one our guest today, Councillor Luther Yofi. He's our guest on this program, and I've been engaging him for several weeks. I'm like, Councillor, you need to come and this is a continual process, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have to educate every one of us, because every day we are learning, Wasi.
Sure.
We are learning every day. Learning can't finish until you can lay your hair 6 feet below. You're still learning. That is it. Learning can't finish, and nobody should think that they know it all. So we call the council today. Wasi, you've been in a community. You can see sometimes people. They conduct sometimes, especially things that like throwing jab at somebody, and insulting, and not call your name.
Yeah.
These little things, and not call your name. Sometimes even going to someone's yard to insult them, someone premises to fight them.
Someone even come and sit at your doorstep.
Yeah, say can't answer.
Just throwing that kind of jabs at you. So
can't meet me outside today. And you say you woman. You say man. These little things, but just few. But Councillor, your few will throw light on more, because they in a law fee, and we will only see some of these things in the community. Maybe there are more like using these loudspeakers and this public disturbance.
That is the annoying part about it.
Yes.
2 o'clock hearing music
Some
playing in the community.
Things,
2 a.m.
are they lawful? Should we be doing them? So, Councillor Yofi, good morning and welcome to Legal Hour again.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an honor to have you. You're always there. Like my colleague would tell me, I always say, you're a regular client. I say, no, that my guest there. But that is it. Those who have the knowledge, you need to engage them. Those are willing to come, you always have to engage them, because they are the one that are waiting. Some people be mean with knowledge, and those are willing to share knowledge, you call them to come. So, Council, that's it. We discuss it. We say there are things in the community. I say you yourself will add to them, because the rationale behind this is to educate our people outside there that there are certain things the law can hold you for it, right? So you should stop doing some of these things. Like, I'm not talking to you. I talk my thing, I call your name, but then you stay on my premises and you're saying this kind of thing, and you're talking. You can't say these things anywhere or anytime until you reach in my yard before you start some of these things. So, Council, good morning and welcome again.
Thank you.
All right.
And I'm happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. You always happy to be here. So, like, hey there.
All right.
Like, they jab issues, like throwing jab at somebody, like, and not call your name, but you throwing insults. Especially you passing the person here and you throwing talk at the person and say, I'm not talking to you, I'm not call your name. And then another issue is like you know, EPA or the city police, they were always, arresting and confiscating of loudspeaker recently.
It's a city ordinance.
City ordinance, yeah, the city police were on it.
City ordinance.
Yeah, so some of these things, can you just
Throw
throw
light,
light
yeah,
on some to the public?
All right. Let's begin with the one that is more prominent.
The common one.
You know, as soon as people hear news, some of the time, they begin to insult. Most of the time, they know who they are talking to, but because they don't want to be direct, they just insult in general. And then we ask them, they say, I'm insulting, I'm not calling anybody's name. But the danger in that is, first of all, you are not supposed to be insulting publicly. It is a violation of the statute when you just insult publicly. But then it becomes even more dangerous when you insult publicly and you are not calling anybody's name in particular. Because when you insult publicly and you are not calling anybody's name in particular, and when anybody asks you, why are you insulting? I'm insulting, I'm not calling anybody's name. Then some people will say, who the catfish, let them wear it. When you insult publicly, anyone who is hearing can take offense and seek legal action against you. Okay. And it is not a defense to say, I didn't call your name. You don't have to call me.
So why you putting your mother for? I don't call your name.
Yeah, I didn't call your name. Once you are insulting in public and you are not calling anybody's name, anyone within the vicinity who feels offended can take action against you, and that action will be sustained and you will be penalized for such action. Because number one, you should not be insulting publicly, and number two, you insulting publicly and you are not talking to anybody in particular, so anyone who feels offended can take action against you.
So, you're hearing that, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing that. So,
like I said, making sweeping statements, especially when it has to do with insult. So anybody can take issue with you.
So, Councillor Yofi, what specific does the law say about that, a public insult?
So you see, there is law on public conduct.
Okay.
Conduct, yes.
The law requires of every responsible citizen to behave yourself in a civilized manner.
Okay.
That is to carry yourself in an air of dignity and operate under the frame of the Lord. You can't just stand anywhere and just insult, because if I just insulting publicly is an offense.
Okay.
Then you are insulting and you are not calling anybody's name. Because at least if you are calling somebody's name,
I think we are very lenient.
Then everyone will say, well, she's talking to Madam X because she's calling the name of Madam X.
Sure.
But you are not calling anybody's name. So under that
situation,
anyone who takes offense has the right to take up action against you.
Okay.
So you don't do that.
You don't have to call names, so anybody can.
You didn't call names, so anyone who takes offense has the right to take action against you, because it means that you are talking to everybody, because you're not talking to anyone in particular. Okay. So you are talking to everybody. Anyone taking offense.
So are there specific punishment prescribed under the law for this kind of crime or this kind of offense?
Oh yes. You see, disorderly conduct is what we call misdemeanor.
Okay.
Usually, it is punishable by fines. Okay. But under circumstance where you are caught in this act more than once, it means it is becoming a habit. Then the law will not step up the punishment. In such a case, you may be sentenced to prison for maybe 1 month or so, because now you become a recidivist under the law. That is to say, you continue to commit crime even when you are punished. It does not matter. You continue. Under that condition, they will not impose the higher sentence upon you, so as to bring you to your senses to reduce their action.
Great. So you're listening to Legal Hour on OK 99.5 MHz. My name is Massa, And Watson is here, and we have Councillor Lothar Yoffi. He's our guest this morning, and we are just discussing some of these simple misconducts people, apply in the communities, and say, just take it for fun, like this issue of loudspeaker and megaphone. Like recently, someone moved around my place, and there are a lot of people going through that. Someone move around my place and selling minutes and stuff. Everybody looking for their daily bread. I don't want, for you to call up your megaphone. Just like, you know what? At night, you need to tune this down because I have to sleep. And it's like, always in my room. And he said, okay, I will do just that. But there are some instances they will not even listen. What are some of the remedies, Council?
You see, every citizen is entitled to quiet enjoyment of their residency. So if I am leasing this property or I'm renting a room in this premises, by virtue of the fact that I am renting a room, there are other benefits that goes along with occupancy of a part of the premises. Number one, you're entitled to quiet enjoyment of the premises you are paying for. But generally, we all are entitled to peace of mind in the community. So you cannot just disturb the entire community because you think it is okay for you. No. That's why there is a maxim in law that says, where your right ends is where the next man's right begins. So you have to be very cognizant of the law. Making loud noise that disturbs the entire community is actionable under the law. You cannot do that because you are disturbing the peace of the entire community or a vicinity. You can be held for public disturbance. You see, when you look at our penal law under chapter 17, chapter 16 and 17, you will see the list of these offenses. Offenses against the family, offenses against the public, and all of these are listed. You cannot do anything that would disturb the public because everyone is entitled to peace of mind. When you do that, you can be held for disturbing public peace.
Are there some of these options like 16 and 17 in the penal law? Are there some of them that you would like to share with us, especially
I wish I had brought my penal law today.
Okay.
But let me see what I can find on my phone. Okay, for example.
On the surface, like we're just trying to conscious people about what they're doing in the community, and not law class we in anyway, but we want the people to understand and sometimes abide by these things to avoid being, come in conflict with the law.
Okay, when we talk about offenses against the family, for example, it talks about things that you cannot do within the family. So, for example, if you guys are brothers and sisters within the family, it means you cannot have sexual relationship with one another. That is considered incest. Under the law, it is punishable. So you can't do that. Some people will say, "Oh, we only live in the same house, under the same parental control, but we are not actually brothers and sisters. So we can do what we want to do." No. For the fact that both of you are living with the same parent and both of you are referred to as children of that particular parent,
even
you are
the person
considered
is an adopted child,
whether adopted or whether stepchild or whatsoever, you both are considered as siblings under the law because you are under the same roof, under the control of the same parents. You are brothers and sisters. If any sexual interrelationship is observed between the both of you, you can be arrested for incest.
So Council, does that just is it that this is just limited to you living under the same roof? because
just
there
one
are some
family, yes.
tradition that or cursing can marry cursing, or sometimes niece marry, let's say their uncle, something like that. Is it just limited to family living under the same house, how you call it, roof, that people calling you family, that law is applied to you? Or
No,
it goes beyond that?
it is not limited to you being under the same roof. But for the fact that you both are siblings, whether or not you live under the same roof, you cannot do it.
Okay.
The law forbids that.
Okay.
But what the point I'm making, you may not be from the same mother or father.
Okay.
But for the fact that you live under the same roof, under the same parent, you are considered brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Even though you may have different mother, different father, I have different mother and different father, but we are living under the control of a single parent. Let me make the example a little bit broader. Sometimes people go in the interior,
Okay.
and they take children to come and live with them. And maybe the parent went and collected 2 or 3 children from different places and brought them to live under their roof as their children. So you can say, well, I'm from Kokoya and she's from Nima County, so we're not brothers and sisters. We're not from the same parental line. For the fact that you live under the same roof, under a single parental control, you are considered as children of that parent. And therefore, you avoid sexual contact because it will be referred to as incest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is validation.
And then if you are blood related, you cannot do that. Even if one person lives in Douala and the other person lives all the way in Congo town, you are blood siblings. You cannot have sexual relationship between the both of you. The law frowns on that.
And you know, it's just a coincidence, right? Even the Quran frowns on that as well. And it tell you, say you cannot marry to, you know, they say the Quran prohibits marrying close relative through blood, just as a mother, daughter, sister, relative by marriage, like a stepdaughter or wife, mother, you know, those kind of connection. So it's clear also, you know, so almost like, you know, strict rules. So that's, I think, like Councilor Yoffie is saying, right? They got, but I don't know. These things are very common.
Yeah.
In a community,
The community is common.
come on,
It's very
you see
common.
uncles going after their nieces that they want to marry them.
Yeah.
Culture.
Some tradition, yeah.
That's why I want to read this law
Yes, please,
directly from the penal law.
please do.
It is found under section 16.2, which talk about incest or deviate sexual intercourse within family relationships. A person is guilty of a felony of the 3rd degree. So you see, it's a felony.
Felony.
You see,
Incest.
when the law is grading offenses, the first line of offenses is called misdemeanor.
And
So
not
misdemeanor is lower
Low.
than felony. Felony is a violation of the higher degree. So a person is guilty of a felony of the 3rd degree if he knowingly marries or cohabits or has sexual intercourse or deviates sexual intercourse with an ancestor or descendant, a brother or sister of the whole or half blood, or an uncle, aunt, nephew, or niece of the whole blood. The relationship referred to here include blood relationship without regard to legitimacy and relationships of parent and child by adoption and step-parent and stepchild during the exercise of the marriage giving rise to such relationship. Stepchildren are
Stepchildren.
also counted.
Yeah.
And whether the child is adopted is also counted. Once you both are in the same family, you are considered brothers and sisters, and there should be no sexual relationship between the both of you.
And I think beside brother and sister council, in some homes you will see men going after their stepdaughters, having sexual relationship with them. And that is covered under the law too.
Oh yes, because as a father, a child
Now
with
your
you
child.
is your child. She may come from a different family, but you adopted her by virtue of the adoption, that person now becomes your own child. You cannot have sexual intercourse with that child.
So,
It's a
Council,
violation.
let's break it down, right? Let's forget about the adoption aspect because that's a legal aspect. Mostly they don't go through, adoption.
process,
But
yeah.
once you marry a lady and she has a daughter, obviously that child has become your
Stepchild. And the Lord talks about
Yes.
it directly. Your stepchild is your child.
So,
She's not your wife. She's not your
and
wife.
plenty in our community.
Yeah.
You see the uncle, the nieces, and even brother and sisters.
You know, there's a
Oh, God.
story about this fellow. Every time he would make attempt to go into the room of his stepdaughter, and the wife was noticing him, and so she was always telling him. This day he was crawling, going, and the woman asking, "Where are you crawling to?" And he going, "This is my house. I can crawl anywhere. In
Anywhere.
fact, I will crawl all over this house."
Stop crying.
You see, sometimes you got to have some restraint.
Yes.
You cannot go down to
Show
your
your desire.
own children because you see, the children will be afraid. This is our father. He is responsible for our support. He's paying our school fees. He is bringing food into the home for us. How can I say no to him?
Yes.
So, based on the fear, they may give in, but you should not do such a thing.
Of course.
Because, and our Lord says, under such a condition, consent is not
That's
given.
what I wanted to come to.
Consent, but even if consent is given, you should not even be doing it because you are relative.
Related.
You are relative. So even if the person is of marriageable age and you are also of marriageable age, the both of you cannot get involved sexually because you are related.
So assuming both are adults,
Yes.
right? And both of them consent.
Consent.
Yes.
What happens? Can both of them be brought to book?
Yes.
And who
Because
does
you
that?
are
If
related.
the
And
mother or whosoever finds out that he can take both of them to the law?
that's what the law says. The law I just read on 16.2 says, whether you are related by the whole blood, when the law talks about whole blood, it talks about where both of you come from both father or mother.
Biological.
And half blood is where we other
The step.
both of us have father in common
Yeah.
but separate mother, or mother in common but separate father. Then that's the relationship of the half blood. But even adopted, where we don't have any linkage parental wise, but for the fact that we now come under the same parental control, we become siblings. And therefore the law frowns on sexual relationship existing between the both of you.
I remember watching, it was 2012 or 2013, around that time, when I was staying at Front Page, I did a story from Lofa. And this lady, the man she married, she had her step daughter with her. And they man had sexual intercourse with the child, 16, I think 13. And she got pregnant in the process. Yes.
It's common. It's common.
And then they went to court. The thing I'm telling you, I did that story. They went to court, the Lofa Circuit Court there. I don't remember the judge name. I don't know whether he's still alive, so I'm not too sure because it's been a long time. And the judge said, I was there. I left Monrovia that time. I went, and then I would just remember I came in, contact with this lady. So I decided to follow up that story. So when I went to the court, and then, the judge. So I just asked about the case. How far is this case with this, call the name and stuff. The girl was in, the safe home. I asked how far. She had a son. Can you imagine your mother husband? It's disgusting. When I asked, and the judge said, the way said it, the children can dress it. George. The men are supposed to. So you think that lady girl even get justice? On that man.
they say that the people are not
So they were
aware of
said
the law.
they were said she
or-
dread they can dread this time again. Even George was saying that.
Yes, but you see,
Oh goodness.
you should not interfere with another person because of the way he
Yes.
or she dresses.
Appear.
No, you should not. But at the same time, the law also forbids indecent exposure. You can't dress in such a way that you expose your body so badly in the public, you can be arrested and charged for indecent exposure. You can't do that. So, for example, before we come to the law on this, we're talking about disorderly conduct. And I just went quickly because we talk about chapter 16, talk about offenses against the family. And chapter 17 is talking about offenses against the public.
Okay.
So we're earlier discussing where people cause noise in the public and the disturb. So let me read something on disorderly conduct.
Yes,
That is found on
17.
section 17.3 of the penal law. It says, a person is guilty of disorderly conduct if, with intent to cause public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly creating a risk thereof, he A engages in threatening or threatening, or in violent or tumultuous behavior, or B makes unreasonable noise. That's what we're talking about now. People passing with loudspeaker and they just passing from point to point and disturbing the community. That is on a B. Makes unreasonable noise or offensively calls, utterance, gesture, or display, or addresses abusive language to any person. That was the abusive, where you just stand in the public and you just abuse. Oh yeah, I'm abusing, but I'm not calling anybody's name. Abusive language. On chapter 17.3, you can be found culpable for such an action. So, or addresses abusive language to any person, or C, creates a hazardous or physical offensive condition by any act which serves no legitimate purpose of the actor. So all of these are offenses against the law, and you can be held culpable for such an act.
Okay, so I've been seeing from the United States, right? I don't know if it's honor indecent. I don't
Exposure.
know. Exposure. I don't know if it's honor that or public. I don't know. That I've just forgotten the name, but people having sex publicly in the public, they've been punished. So is it applicable here that you cannot just
It's punishable.
have sex anywhere?
You cannot do that. That is also indecent exposure. Why would you do that? If you want to have sexual relationship with your partner, go into your home. Close the place up. If not, I would call it rated X movie you are making. And even if you are making rated X movie, it is restricted. Because there are certain ages of people who are allowed to watch those kind of a movies, and certain ages are disallowed. So you cannot do it in the public where everyone will see you. No, you cannot do that.
Even the rated X or the blue film, as people call it sometimes, they will tell you 18 plus.
Yes.
And even there are movies, right? They will say, they will tell you the age the men are supposed to watch it. They will say 16, there's 15. What children are not supposed to watch, they will warn you. Or sometimes they say viewer discretion is advised.
So this also go beyond some of the songs that we hear on the radio that are very much abusive. What does the law say about that?
Say that again.
Abusive
Some songs that
you hear,
profanity.
You see, some of those songs are not airworthy. But sometimes we just go ahead and just play any kind of a music.
And no responsible radio station should do that.
Exactly. Because if the kind of languages that are used in the music are forbidden by law, you cannot even play it on the radio. Exactly. And it should not even be allowed to be played in the community. Absolutely. Because some of the music corrupts the minds of the children.
Our children.
But we just allow all kinds of music. But let me just tell you something. We are not in a religious setting, but some music actually corrupts the children.
Yes.
Because, for example, a music that says, I want to get high.
So let me tell you,
and we are against the illegal use of illegal substances. But yet you allow a music that says, I want to get high and so high.
So I saw a student yesterday. I have it on my page.
All right.
I have school student. I mean, it's not just grade school student because I didn't see a tie or any long sleeve as it will indicate the person is a senior. I didn't see that, but I saw him in his full attire uniform, and he was playing the music from his phone. Like, I was just walking behind him. Weed is my best friend.
You see that?
Weed is your best friend. So I was like,
So
what?
why you
So
think that
message
guy
there.
wants to? Why do you think that guy wants to do?
So he wants
He
to taste
wants
weed.
to get a weed. So that kind of a music is going to corrupt that child.
Yes.
Those kind of a music should not be allowed.
Because you would think that weed is not a bad thing.
Oh,
If
of
somebody can
course.
say in a song that it is my best friend,
Yeah.
then obviously he would think that this can be my best friend too.
Indeed. But that's the essence of the music.
Yes.
Is to get more people to love the weed. And now when the children fall in love with such a music, then they begin to practice the
What the
message
music's-
of
exactly.
the music. So those kind of a music we should not allow to be played in public.
And I think too, parents got major role to play in the lives of their children. What they watch, what they don't watch, what they listen to. In some homes, the parents, in fact, you should know the language you use.
Yeah, I'm
Certain
one
lang-
example of that. When I grew up with my uncle, there are certain movie. Once he plays it on, he put everybody in though.
Yes,
He would not allow you to watch that movie.
Okay.
Yes.
because
He will not allow
you put a war film on right now in front of the 5-year-old or 6-year-old. What they using nerve and thing, and so that child will grow up thinking that nerve is a good thing.
Almost all of the African movies that are coming now, they have some level of pornography in it.
Yeah.
You will see that kind of see people having sex in a video. The children are sitting, watching that, and it's corrupting the mind of the children. So, counsel, what do we need to do to get rid of some of these things?
You see,
in the
that's
public?
why
Yeah.
the law provides that the directors of those movies should pre-warn the viewers. So sometimes you see some of those movies will come with a rating PG-16, which means that people under 16 should not be allowed to watch such movie because of the content. Sometimes they will tell you about language. They got the musical, the movie terminology they use. So which means there will be vocal languages in such a movie, and it may not be good for the children. So they warn you ahead of time. Avoid your children from watching such movie. So if you, the parent, sees all those warnings, and yet you show for your children, then you are corrupting
Of
your
course,
children.
exactly. So
Because some movies are made for adults
and not children.
and not children.
All right, well, I think you should announce the number, and I'd like to take some calls from the
Before
public.
we take the call, let me read one thing because this is so prevalent in our society.
Yes, please do.
Most of the
Quickly.
time, people are protesting. And the first thing we do, we assemble ourselves on the main road and we block the whole road.
All roads. Why
Let's
your
read the law
why
on
your
that.
rights?
It's under section 17.7. Obstructing highways and other public passages. The law says, a person who having no legal privilege to do so, purposely or recklessly obstructs any highway or other public passages, whether alone or with others, commits an infraction, or in case he persists after warning by a peace officer, a second degree misdemeanor. So which means even though it is an infraction from the beginning, but if you are warned by a peace officer and you don't take the warning and you continue with your act, then it can be upgraded to a misdemeanor. Let me just finish it quickly.
We will not finish. Oh, we need to take the.
No, I mean, one of the guys, people, most of the time,
Yeah,
they
so
jump
like-
into the street
yeah, I know.
and they block the entire street.
And the first thing the people do,
So
they
that's
draw
it.
attention,
And
yeah.
when you are caught, you get charged.
Yeah.
There's orderly conduct, blocking public, ways, and the police got all these, charges for it. 0777. Call the number.
0777 700
They plenty,
995
Council.
or 0555 995 995 are the numbers to call and be part of this program, or the legal hour on OKFN 99.5. 0777 700 995. 0555995 are the
All right.
numbers
Let
to
me. Let
call.
me. I got a caller here. Let me take that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Fatu, good morning.
Massa here, not Fatu.
Oh, Massa, sorry, Massa, good morning.
All right, morning.
Massa, my name is James Siakwe from Matale. Massa, thank you, for your studio guest being in studio today. Sometimes I really listen to the program, but I don't pay attention to it. But Massa, I really want your lawyer to please help me to understand the case because it has harmed me a lot. I live in community where me and the neighbor, we all share common boundary, and I usually go around my coconut tree, and they woman took me to court. And when we went from the police station, the woman alarmed that said, "Oh, I went to spy her." He said she was naked, just that kind of way. But when we went to the police station, we went to explain everything to the police. Then the police hold me, they put me piapa. They say, "Oh, in fact, the woman say, and oh, she was naked, you go, you spy." I said, "No, but she said she was in the room." But I'll ask her. But yeah, said the police detain me, then they put me in jail. Later they carry me to court.
Okay. So the woman complained that you were spying her, she was naked. That's the point, right?
Yes.
And they put you in jail.
But where was he?
All right. So what was your location? Where was the woman? Was she taking bath? Was she in your room or where was she?
I don't know where she was.
All right, it's okay.
I passed the airport. I come in. I passed my consent. I didn't know she was in her room. I passed my consent, but I don't know where she was. But then I was on my own. I was on my own land where I live in. But then they were more complaining that this and this and this.
We have to take other colors. So she complained you were spying on her. She was naked.
But she went ahead to court. She went to court and say, "Oh, in fact, I was using toilet to spy on her." After we went to police people say how to call it that they saw the conduct. That's how they carry the charge and they carry me to court for. So what we are doing in that process?
Okay, thank you.
Let a lawyer tell me to understand.
All right. So a lady accused him of spying on her, and she said she was naked. So the police charged her of disorderly conduct. Is that a charge? What can he do? You will answer your question. 0777700 0555995 are the numbers to call to participate. Let me pick this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Mama.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Dimo.
Go ahead.
All right. I want to please use your studio guest number. Honestly.
That one, it left for him whether you want to announce it or not. But at the closing, if you want to announce it, I don't know. But if you can, then you have to come here. You can just do it. 0777700 0555995 are the numbers you can call to take part in what you're doing here. All those things that you can be doing in the comment. Please move away from your monitor.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, to the talking point, I want to say thank you to the studio guys there. This topic is very, very important. And let us take it. Sometimes people say, "Oh, America is spoiling our country," but some of these things we take it to be common in our country here. But the people try to restrict them in their country. Let's talk about the movies, where the studio guests or how you people mention of children not being allowed to witness certain movie. But see, in our country, Liberia, you see, we have no restriction, most especially on the Liberia telecom or communication. Children can hold phone at any age. At any age, they can hold any type of phone that they want, and they go on Facebook. So like that, there will be no restriction. You will not say, "Oh, I will deny you from seeing this," because
all right. All right, thank you. But I think the parents, I always say there as well, that the parent got a greater responsibility. Sure. I have a child, 3-year-old child. I will not let her watch movie where people fighting and killing each other. I will not let her watch it. I will not let her watch Rated X with me. I put her cartoons on until she can reach the age. So you have greater responsibility. Even for your child to have a phone, it's left with you. 0777700 0555995. But sometimes people just born and then just leave the children to do anything on their own, which is wrong. You have to monitor your children's activity. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Massa. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm so grateful for the kind of participating topic today. Anyway, My name is Franklin Smo, and I'm calling you from Post Office.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I want to say thank you to your platform, guys. This is so much a loving topic, and I always encourage you guys to always make this thing, so also that people can be educated on these common things and that we overlook in the community. Okay, like let me address the movie era.
You gotta be brief, please. We don't have time.
Okay, yeah. Like you read, like Reggie said, parents have greater responsibility, right? For my kids, I don't just allow them to attend a movie.
Yeah,
I buy you tablet, I will guard tablet, what goes in and what comes out of it,
exactly.
right? Okay. Even cartoon movies, there are some violent cartoon movies. I also got the cartoon movie, kind of a movie you download and see.
It's true.
So for that, the parents have greater responsibility. So
Absolutely.
I want to ask the counselor one question.
Go ahead
When
quickly.
it comes to, let's go to the public disturbance, right? Okay. When I'm having a graduation party or a birthday celebration in my community, and I will play a very loud, do I have to consult my neighbors in the surrounding before I play it?
Okay.
Or if I don't, anybody can take issue.
All right.
Me?
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me take this one. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Well, that person is off. Let me try this. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is JP. And I'm working this morning from around Wallace.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
My opinion is in tune to the immoral or the indecent dressing of people at the council chair. So what should we do to people, who are affected of dressing
Okay.
in the street everywhere?
All right. Thank you. What should be done to those people who dress indecently to get in the street? There are laws. The council will talk about it. Let me pick this one. Good morning. Hello. Okay, let me check here. 077770095 0555595. Good morning. Hello. Yes. I can hear you. Okay, I don't know what happened to that one. Good morning.
Good morning, Massa.
Can you turn your monitor down, please?
Good morning, Massa.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead quickly.
Coming from Bafale, I call you from Water Street.
Yeah, please go ahead quick.
Yeah, Massa, the thing I experienced is really, I must say, it happened to me. I'm when I go kid more, we go play game. What about the important they will get law there? People can play room music in the town. So I play Bluetooth. I play singing for phantom music. Before yell and music play, before call it Elon on me, I pay 5,000.
Yeah, good for you.
5,000 that they have paid.
Okay.
I said, well, I know the person know.
Ignorance to the law is no exception. All right. Next time I go play it there, yeah. Let me tell you one more. Let it cancel. I think one more or two. Let me see what I can take. One or two more, and then we just close it on that one. Good morning.
Massa, good morning. Assalamu alaikum, Massa. Good morning.
Wa alaikum salam.
Massa, this is the last time I'm calling from Banana Vapor.
Yeah, please be quick.
Your conversation is very important, Massa. Massa, I want to